Ronda Rousey in WWE, who would The Undertaker face on SmackDown when he returns for the 900th episode, and Eva Marie returning to WWE all in one video. Hi, welcome to Steve Chats Wrestling, hashtag SCW, the wrestling channel here on YouTube.com. Thank you for choosing the channel and choosing the video. Subscribe right now. Leave the comments in the comment section, like and share the video as well. Let's kick off then with Ronda Rousey. Now, while speaking to TMZ, Stephanie McMahon was asked about bringing Ronda Rousey to WWE after her career with UFC is over. Stephanie McMahon replied, "God, I certainly hope so." Stephanie continued to say, "I had to get her back after she put me in that armbar." Now, of course, this is brought to you by ringsidenews.com. Now, of course, WWE would want Ronda Rousey in their company. It's money. I mean, it would be stupid not to have her there. She's returned to UFC at the end of the year, I believe, for UFC 207, if I'm not mistaken. And, well, depending on how that goes, you never know what could be in the future. But, of course, WWE would want Ronda Rousey in WWE on a full-time basis. I mean, she could be treated like a Brock Lesnar in the women's division. Could you imagine the likes of matches she could have with the likes of a Charlotte or a Sasha Banks or a Bayley? It would be some compelling writing, hopefully, and some good storylines as well. And I mean, she would dominate, let's be honest, in the WWE scene, really. And they would make her a real strong program. And obviously, as well, they'd make something with Stephanie McMahon as well. And that would certainly be kind of worthy of a WrestleMania in WWE's eyes, I'm sure. But would you want to see it? I mean, that's the big question after all. But I'm sure many fans that would watch this and hear of this news would love the idea of Ronda Rousey in WWE. It's always fun to see the people from UFC cross over to WWE and see if they can make it in that market, and also vice versa, really. I mean, we've seen the likes of Brock Lesnar can go to UFC this past year and beat Mark Hunt. We see as well that CM Punk has obviously tried to make the transition and it didn't work. So, I mean, it's interesting to sort of watch it, and I think it would definitely bring a lot of eyes to the prize. A lot of people from UFC would come and check out the WWE product just to see how Ronda Rousey would get on. So, yeah, I suppose there's no more news to bring for that for the meantime, but when more does break, if there ever is an update on this, then I'll bring it to you on this channel. But of course, the idea of Ronda Rousey being teased with WWE has come along ever since she was at WrestleMania 31. We'll move on next to Eva Marie then via ringsidenews.com. She's just wrapped up filming with the movie Inconceivable and is expected back on WWE television very soon. The film is being produced by Seven Bucks Productions, founded by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Danny Garcia. Oscar winners Nicolas Cage and Faye Dunaway will star in the film. The expectation is that Eva Marie will be back on SmackDown within the next month or so. Don't be surprised if she's given a prominent position on the roster, especially with her being involved in such a high-profile movie. Well, of course, she was actually kind of getting a bit of momentum beforehand, because a lot of people hate Eva Marie, but they were doing the right things to make you hate her. And to be honest, really, she was a ray of light for the SmackDown Women's division. I'm pretty sure right now she would be quite heavily involved with that Women's Championship picture if she was on WWE programming right now. So, I mean, maybe it's kind of a blessing in disguise that other women have got the opportunity, like Alexa Bliss, for example. Becky Lynch has managed to be able to beat the SmackDown champion. I would not be surprised if we see a feud with Eva Marie down the line, perhaps around the Royal Rumble time, perhaps even around WrestleMania time. It just seems kind of likely, and I think if WWE book her correctly, then of course a lot of people are still going to hate her, but I think that that's part of the charm of Eva Marie. She's not there to be liked, she's there to be hated, and she's there to be seen to be beaten. And I think on a role like a WrestleMania, walking in as a champion and not leaving as a champion, I think a lot of fans would be actually on side with that. But of course, I'm sure if a lot of fans had the option to begin with, they wouldn't see her as the champion at all. But that's the beauty of WWE, is that sometimes they love to show us the things we hate, and do you know what? We still like to watch the things we hate, even though we hate it that much. So it wouldn't surprise me if this would happen, and actually for me, I don't think it would be such a bad booking move. Moving on then, last but certainly not least, The Undertaker. Now, it's been previously reported he's scheduled to make his WWE return on November 15th, SmackDown Live edition. The episode will be the 900th of the series. It's been told that WWE might set up a match between The Undertaker and Randy Orton on that episode of SmackDown. This could be the reason that WWE had Orton align himself with the Wyatt family, and that could be a return opponent for The Undertaker at a later date. The company feels that the 50-year-old would work best with a veteran like Orton inside the ring, with less risk of possibility of getting hurt in a match. Orton is also strong drawing power compared to most superstars on the SmackDown Live brand. Now, it's been a long time since we've seen The Undertaker and Randy Orton in a match together. I think, if my memory serves me right, it was 2005, so it's been a long time. I would be quite a fan of it, because, I mean, Randy Orton, the Viper himself right now, he's done it all in WWE, is of that legend status. So I'd be a fan of seeing this match on SmackDown Live as well. A big match for, an occasion as well. Normally you expect to see it on a pay-per-view, so I'd be quite on board of seeing this match. I wonder what your thoughts would be in the comments below. With regards to Randy Orton and the Wyatt family. I'm expecting that to break over at some point, just the same as like Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. I don't think that this is going to be a long-term thing. I actually think that Randy Orton at the moment is kind of not really part of the Wyatt family. I think this is all just a ploy, like it was with Seth Rollins back at WrestleMania 31, as I've said a couple of times before. If you followed this channel, I think he's going to put Bray Wyatt in a full sense of security, turn on Wyatt, and we'll get the payoff match at the TLC event, possibly even in maybe a tables match or a chairs match. We'll have to wait and see as and when it happens. But you've been watching Steve Chats Wrestling, hashtag SCW, the wrestling channel here on YouTube.com. Thank you for watching as always. Subscribe to the channel, and any more breaking news, I'll bring it to you as soon as I can. Subscribe.